You open your eyes, and the first thing you feel is the air trying to kill you. No tent, no fire, no jacket. Just snow in every direction and a temperature of -40. At -40, wind and air feel the same on your skin. Exposed skin can freeze solid in under 5 minutes. That's not a guess. That's frostbite research from cold climate physiologists tracking real Arctic exposure times. So what actually kills you first? The cold or the panic? Most people think hypothermia comes for you slowly. It doesn't. Cold shock hits your body in the first 30 seconds. Dr. Michael Tipton, a cold water physiologist at the University of Portsmouth, spent decades studying this exact reaction. Your breathing rate can quadruple almost instantly. Your heart rate spikes. Your judgment drops. This is the moment most Arctic deaths actually begin. Not from the cold itself, from the decisions made in the first 60 seconds of it. Here's the strange part. Your body is already trying to save you. Blood pulls away from your hands and feet. It rushes toward your heart, your lungs, your brain. This is called vasoconstriction, and it's ruthless triage. Your body sacrifices your fingers to protect your organs, which means the first thing to go numb is the first thing you need most: your hands. The exact tools required to build shelter are the first ones the cold takes away. Now think about the 1845 Franklin expedition. 2 ships, 129 men, vanished into the Canadian Arctic. Searchers later found frozen bodies preserved almost perfectly for over a century. Some crew members had scurvy. Some had lead poisoning from tinned food. But cold alone was enough to end what modern gear couldn't fix in 1845. If trained sailors with supplies still died there, what chance does one person with nothing actually have? Here's where the story shifts. Because humans have lived in the Arctic for over 4,500 years, without steel, without GPS, without synthetic fabric. The Inuit didn't fight the Arctic. They studied it like a language. Snow isn't just cold. Snow is insulation. An igloo, built correctly, can hold an interior temperature near freezing, while outside drops to -40 or lower. That's a 50 to 70 degree difference made from nothing but compacted snow. Trapped air pockets inside packed snow don't conduct heat away from your body, they trap it. Which means the very thing trying to kill you is also the material that can save you. So if you had no gear, what would actually matter first? Not fire, not food, shelter. A human body loses heat 25 times faster in wet or exposed conditions than in dry insulation. Get off the snow. Get out of the wind. That decision matters more than anything else you do in hour 1. Next comes the clock most people don't know exists. Doctors classify hypothermia in stages. Mild hypothermia starts around 95 degrees Fahrenheit body temperature. Shivering, confusion, clumsy hands. Moderate hypothermia drops further. Shivering stops. That's not recovery. That's the body giving up the fight. Severe hypothermia can bring heart rhythms to a stop below 82 degrees. Here's the unsettling twist researchers call paradoxical undressing. In late-stage hypothermia, victims sometimes remove their own clothing. Their confused brain misreads the body's final heat surge as warmth, and they undress in the snow that's killing them. How do you outsmart a system that eventually turns against your own judgment? You act early, before confusion sets in, before your own mind becomes the danger. Arctic explorer Vilhjalmur Stefansson lived among Arctic communities for years in the early 1900s. He called it the friendly Arctic.
Not because it was gentle, but because it was learnable. Every resource that looks like a threat has a second use. Snow is a killer and an insulator. Wind is a weapon and a compass. Even your own shivering is a survival mechanism, your muscles generating heat through involuntary contraction. The cold isn't only an enemy, it's information, if you know how to read it. So could you actually survive? Not with luck, not with toughness, with order of operations. Shelter before fire, stillness before movement, awareness before your own mind starts lying to you. The Arctic has never cared about strength. It has only ever cared about sequence. And that might be the real reframe. We tell survival stories like they're about willpower, but the coldest place on Earth doesn't ask how tough you are. It only asks whether you know what to do in the next 5 minutes. Because out there, the truth is simple. The environment isn't trying to kill you. It's simply indifferent to whether you understand it in time.